our liquid watercolor is unique because when it dries, it still has the same intensity. Many liquid watercolors, whenever they dry, they become very pale. And I've formulated these colors so they stay very brilliant even when dry. Because in the past when I've used liquid watercolor, I always feel a little bit frustrated when you get done with something and then it dries and it's not the same.
That you see while applying.
Right, it almost like, it gets dull.
So what about the durability? Because they're wet, so do they get dried? Like if I put them in my stock for say 1 year, 1.5 years. So like do they dry out?
Not if the lid stays on it.
Or,
If the lid stays on it, it will stay fresh.
Okay.
Because it's sealed. So what I did by putting the stencil down first and then putting the gel medium on, it's almost like a cheater way, or a way to create a beautiful painting. You don't have to be talented to do, you don't have to have a lot of talent. It's
Drawing
easy,
talent, yeah.
right? It's easy for somebody to replicate.
I see, as a crafter, I can craft, but I can't draw. That's a very big drawback I feel.
Right.
I can't draw.
But you can. You just haven't practiced.
I don't know. Even as a kid, I could never draw. I can never draw even a straight line without escaping.
You don't have to. But you keep telling yourself, I cannot draw, I cannot draw. Therefore, you cannot draw. But if you think you can, you'll be able to. It's very easy.
And then we have a convenient way.
Yeah, this is conveniently,
This is very
right?
convenient. Thanks, you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Ebalin nero para tao siya.
Perfetto.
Αλλά έχει σχέδια πάνω. Έχει σχέδια πάνω. Έχει resist.
Yeah, create a resist with gel medium.
Through a stencil.
Yes, through a stencil, and let it dry. And now I'm just painting it with color to make a beautiful painting. Well, I mean, I think it will be beautiful.
It will
It's
be.
my intent.
It'll be great.
And I'm using our brand new liquid watercolors. I'm not sure if you've had our Colorburst medium before. The Colorburst is
Yes.
very, very popular. So this liquid watercolor has the same brilliant color palette as Colorburst, but now it's in a liquid form. So we have the powders and now a liquid form.
Many people it's easier to use the liquid than the powder.
Yeah. I heard that a few
More
times.
controlled.
Yeah, that they felt like that the powder was unpredictable and they were afraid to use it. It's so messy. But this way it's easy. And what's luscious about this, our colors are so intense that whenever they dry, they still have that same beautiful hue. A lot of liquid watercolors kind of wash out and look pale when they dry. Ours keeps that same beautiful hue. And I know this because this is called Prussian blue.
Yeah.
It's a dreamy blue. It's almost like a midnight blue. And I know that the colors stay vibrant because I hand mixed them myself to come up with the formulations.
I like this one.
Yeah, even I like this one.
Very much.
Right?
So that is a stencil that looks like a stones, or is it like crocodile skin or something?
Yeah.
And use that.
What color did you use on this?
You know, interestingly, that has turquoise, and then over the top it's sunflower liquid sparkle, which is yellow. So it's turquoise with yellow laid on top of it. And the liquid watercolors, you can blend them with water and make them intense as you want, or as pale as you want. And I'm going to lay a little bit of color over here so you can see how they blend. You see how that looks? So where I put the Prussian blue over that peony, you see how it becomes like purple?
Even after it's dry, yeah?
Even after it's dry, yes.
It gets reactivated, right?
Yep, it's very forgiving to work with. It's luscious, isn't it?
Yes, and I really like this idea with the stencil behind the
Yeah.
resist.
So here at Notions, they have my 12 by 12 boards. They have the stencils, they have the gel medium, and the liquid watercolor. So you can get all of that here.
Something like a film?
Sure, that's absolutely fine. So what I'm doing is I'm painting with our new liquid watercolors, but I prepared my canvas first by laying down a stencil and then applying gel medium through the stencil. removing that and let that dry. And what that creates is a resist that where the paint doesn't stick to the areas that I'm going to paint. Then I'm just painting on it with our new liquid watercolors. The liquid watercolors are brilliant. We have 24 colors now, and they follow the same color palette as our Colorburst watercolor powder, but now it's in a liquid form, so it's easy and quick to use. Just, I love how they blend together. Watch, I'll show you like some of the easy blending. I'm going to use some Prussian blue. This is a deep, almost like midnight blue. I'm going to use a little bit of sap green. And I'm going to use some Naples yellow. If you haven't heard of Naples yellow before, it's a kind of a green yellow. And this will look like sunlight is dappled.
Summerish effect.
It's summerish, yeah, it'll look like sunlight. So now I'm just going to blend those together for a very, see how yellow that is and how pretty? Bring in some of that sap green, and now look at that Prussian blue. See how beautifully they play together?
You need a very small.
Oh yes, just a little drop does it. And you can use them full strength, or you can dilute them with water for lighter colors. Oh, that's a big flower. I think that needs some orange, like marigold. So I'm gonna tap out a few drops of marigold. And I'll just blend that around into the flower. Now, I already painted over some of that flower with green, but I'm gonna take my marigold and go up in there. These colors are so much fun. They're just so brilliant.
Does it have a shine in it? Or I'm mistaken?
No, it is a little shiny.
My brush probably has some glitter in it from these things.
Okay.
So yeah, it might have, but by accident. But it's also good to know that if you want to create some shine in your liquid watercolor, you can actually add in some of our liquid sparkle or liquid metals to give it some shine in your watercolors.
Is that clear?
Well, liquid sparkle is sheer, transparent. It has a little bit of tint of color. Liquid metals is actually opaque and it's darker. So like it's thicker.
Which, any particular color?
We have 24 colors of, yeah. Maybe more than that, maybe 36.
Okay.
I really like this idea with the resist. Really nice.
It's real. I don't know, like in your shop, if you teach classes, this is a great way to teach a class in your store because everybody walks away feeling like they made a beautiful work of art, and it's very easy to do.
Even for beginners.
Even for kids.
Yeah.
We have a lot of kids who like our products.
Because kids like to make a mess.
Right.
They don't want to do anything
Well,
anywhere.
maybe it's not that they like making a mess, but they don't have boundaries.
They don't, yeah. They don't
They'll
want
just
to
like
stick-
create freely and
Yeah.
intuitively, and they're not so worried
They
about.
want to do anything anywhere.
Yes, they're not so worried about.
Being perfect.
Lines and
Yeah, being perfect.
grooves and everything.
See how beautifully they blend into one another?
And any brush works with it? Or any particular type of brush?
Yeah, pretty much any brush.
Any
will work.
local brand?
Right. I always like using a brush that's got some give to it like that. And I like round brushes.
Yeah, round brushes. There are some brushes that suck in water.
Yes, they hold water.
They hold water, yeah. Like plate brushes.
Right.
Plate.
Yeah.
They suck in water. So those are good with it?
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I love that blue. You've got me hooked on it.
Basically, what we do is you would still maintain ownership. You would use our warehouse.
Everything up here is on the website.
Access to our
Most of it should be available right
members'
now.
skills
There
team.
may be some
Who
that
then goes sell their products.
pre-order and not yet available. But
Any customers that are going to see customers and once you see them. Do you have a card? Yes.
you have an account with us. You have the show code.
Right. So what I can do is I can take this. I actually have a buyer who is January 4th. She'll review it and she'll kind of take it to help. Are you shipping out of your
Sorry. What color do you think needs to go down there? You tell me. Between orange, pink, or purple?
I think I would say.
Pink, you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yes, the new FedEx IPD for destination. Probably explain a little bit better about how that works. The FedEx IPD.
Now, if I pull some Prussian blue, I'll get that same kind of purple. I think that would be very nice. You see my little trick there? I lifted out some pigment. It seemed a little bit too dark.
Too dark, yeah.
So I just lifted out some pigment, like with the brush, go in and just pick it up, rinse it out, and then that removes some pigment more to where I wanted it. And I think what I'm going to do around that flower is blend in some green. So I'll just put a little bit.
Go back to us. Yes.
That green is really nice.
It's called sap green, and it's a very springy green.